So when I said that we're making it into an ARPG, I wasn't kidding. It is effectively now an ARPG, and not only that, because it's an ARPG, you can effectively go anywhere you want. You can go to pretty much anywhere the map says you can. You no longer have the ability to just actually go and jump out of the map. But that's, I think, is a good way of doing it. And the way it works is once you go ahead and fill up the bar, you get an option with three cards. And there is a deck building mechanic. And I've put no cards in my deck, so I only get health ups. But assuming you do, you can see down here in the bottom, there's the actual bar. And when you get to one of these marks, you get the actual option to get one of the cards in your deck. So let me show you how the deck system works. So here we are in a brand new game. And here in the top left, you can see a GW with a timer going. This is our grace window. Basically, when this is going and you have not moved or attacked or anything, no mobs will be able to notice you when you first enter a level. So that way you have about a minute before mobs can start seeing you, or you take any action in case you look away and you're not quite ready for it. But assuming you move or you attack or you do anything, then you actually go ahead and, well, notify them. And as you might notice, we have a few extra effects now to make it a little bit nicer. But the main thing I want to show you here is the deck builder. You can access it by pressing the 1 on your keyboard. At the current moment, that is the hotkey to turn it on and off because we're just debugging it. It is not actually fully functional. But here you can see the entire list of power-ups that we've added into the game. Now keep in mind that this list is full. Again, just because this is a very early stage, I want to make sure to give you all of the cards so you can build your deck however you want. But in the end, you're going to have a set number of cards you can put in your deck. Cards are going to have a value and a cost to them. And so you'll have to pick and choose, depending on the cards you've unlocked at the time, which cards you put into your deck. I'm not going to go too much in depth right now on how the whole system's going to work, but coming next month, it should be complete if all goes well. So here you can add cards by just clicking and dragging them right into the bottom section here. And you can see it gets grayed out and gets put into the bottom one. If you don't like something, you can click, drag it up, and it comes back. So you can just drag between the two really quickly and easily. And so you can choose what cards you want to put in your deck. So for example, I can get the Airblade, the Greater Multi-Attack, the Melee Armor, and let's get a Berserk. Let's say I'm happy with these cards. These are the cards that are going to be appearing in my run. So if I exit out of here with 1 and I just run in, we can start the game with those power-ups. So that means during the course of the run, the only power-ups, the only cards that appear are the ones I put in my deck. So you can really customize and tailor the run to what you want to do. So if you don't like certain power-ups or you really enjoy others, take out the ones you don't like, put the ones you want, and really make it your own every single time. And now, once I'm in here, I can go ahead and fill up the bar down below and unlock a card. Now, one thing you might notice there in the bottom left corner, I actually have a potion, and I've taken some damage. And what I can do is press F to drink the potion, and it will restore 20% of my life. So if I have a lot more life than 100, it will restore more than 20 HP. But you can see we can pretty much go wherever we want. Just we have to be careful. The other thing we have changed here is the shield. So now we have a stamina bar for the shield. It blocks 100% of the damage, but it actually takes up a little bit of the shield charge. After 2 seconds, it starts recharging again. So I've taken quite a bit of damage. I'm going to use my potion. It is now on cooldown. So basically, this works by regenerating when you kill enemies. So the XP effectively is charging the bottom bar, which is the one that gets you the cards, and it's also recharging your potion. So you're not able to spam potions, for example. But now if we want to, we can go ahead and come up here, grab the next pack. We can always just jump down if we don't like this area. You're pretty much can explore wherever you want. And the way it now is set up, you don't have to find the boss room. The boss room basically will find you. And here we go. We just hit the actual first notch there. But of course, we only had 4 cards in the deck. So that means 3 cards appear and 2 of them you have to get rid of. So this is going to be a method of, well, how many cards do you want to put in and which combos do you want? But keep in mind that if those combos all come together, well, then you lost your combo. So you can't just put the cards you want. You have to kind of be a little more clever in what and how much you put. So for example, I want to get Greater Multi-Attacks, which allows me to attack 2 extra times for 40% less damage. So effectively, it's a little damage boost. Now, if you die or you just finish the game and you go back to the main screen by hitting New Game or you close it and reopen it, don't worry, if you press 1 again, your power-ups are still there. Now, there is a certain bug right now, which is when you close and reopen the game like this should still be grayed out, but it's not. So keep that in mind. This is a bug in this build. So in theory, I could add Airblade multiple times in here or add Berserk multiple times in here, but that's not intended, which is also why I cannot return it now. So there's still some bugs to iron out, but this is just a very early prototype basically for this. And some people have asked that I add it into this month's version since I just started working on it and it seemed really cool and they want to try it out. So here it is. But if you'd like, you can pretty much add the entire deck, every single card as it was before, and you'll have access to it. If you don't want to deal with this deck and you just want to play with specific things, you can still press backspace and you have access to all of the actual abilities in this nice drop down, and you can just click and hold on any of them. For example, if I want Airblade, I now have Airblade, and you can see in the collection here, I've already unlocked Airblade. The one key opens the deck builder, which is the one that is used for actual power-ups, but the backspace, it still allows you to play around with any card combination right away, if you so wish. Now, there are elite enemies, and they're the ones that drop the meta progression items that you can still use to upgrade your stats. Just come here and press E, and I can go ahead and pick it up. If I press tab, you can see I've picked up one of the durable shards that I can use for upgrade. Now, one thing you might notice is there is a mini map in the top right, but for some reason you don't see your own icon or enemy icons or anything. That seems to be a bug with the package. There was an update to the plugin, and it seems the package has broken for it. So it is something that is going to be figured out in the future. If you imagine yourself kind of in the middle of it, you can estimate where you are roughly. So, I mean, there's that. So I've gone ahead and filled up the bar here, and you can see a red portal has opened up. Now, this portal will stay here. It will not go anywhere. So if you want to continue exploring, you can. But if you press E, you get teleported into the boss room where you can start fighting the boss. And I'm very powerful right now because I've given myself a lot of different things. I can see we've now hit stage 2, which is probably needs to be a little bit rebalanced. But once you hit clear stage 2 or a certain amount of time runs out, I believe it's 2 minutes, he goes into stage 3. And unfortunately, I end up dying because I think the health isn't being updated properly. Pretty buggy update, but you can see where it's going. Lots of things still to do. I've implemented a lot of stuff. Clearly, a lot of stuff needs bug fixing, but we're starting to get a deck building mechanic in. It is now more open area, so you can actually go everywhere, but the verticality aspect is still there like it was before. So I hope you're excited as I am for the future. Next time, try to iron out those bugs and get the deck building completed for you guys. As always, this game is going to be available on my Patreon, where you can join these wonderful people here in supporting what I do. It really means a lot. And if you'd like to join the community, the link to the Discord is down in the description as always. Thank you again to the patrons. Let's get back to it. Now, Unreal Engine 5.5 is pretty much out. It is now in preview, so it's coming out real soon. So if you're interested in seeing some of the cool stuff that's coming out and you don't know about them yet, check out this video right here, where I go over some of the stuff that is really exciting for me.